Hello, Central New York, and hello, hockey fans all across the internet, and welcome to the Central New York Hockey Report podcast, right here on the Studio 25 Podcast Network. I'm your host, Scott Kinville, and we got a great show lined up for you today. With us today is the head coach of the 14th ranked Colgate Raiders women's hockey team, Stefan Decosse. How are you, Steph?
I'm doing great, Scott. Thanks for having me. Excited to jump into conversation here.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. You know, I've been coming down there covering Colgate hockey for a few years now, and I tell you, it's an awesome experience going down to Colgate. I love going down there. I love the class of 1965 arena, that intimate atmosphere in that arena. It's so great. I mean, I'm sure you got to love coaching there.
Yeah, it's a special place, Scott. You hit the nail on the head. Hamilton, New York holds a special place in my heart. Just an incredible community, and we're blessed to have the facilities that we do. And class of 65, when it gets going on a Friday evening or Saturday afternoon, and we got all sorts of families, community members, students. It's great. It's really exciting, and yeah, it's a dream place for me to coach for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Exciting times, because now the ECAC Tournament is getting ready to start, kicking off this Friday night right there at the class of 1965 arena. You guys are coming in as the 6th seed. You're hosting RPI, the Engineers. You know, Coach, I'll tell you something. You guys are coming in hot at the right time. You've won 6 of your past 7. You've already beaten RPI twice in the regular season. How you feeling coming into the tournament?
We're feeling good. For us, it's always about building towards being at our best at the right time of year. And for us, a younger team, it's nice to see ourselves build some momentum, ride that heading into playoffs here, which are going to be incredibly tightly contested. You mentioned 6th place going in. I believe 6.5 points. There's a 6.5 point difference between 1st place and 6th place in the ECAC this year. Just an unprecedentedly tight league race. So top to bottom, regardless of who you're playing, I think the regular season is ancient history, and it's a clean board, and it's anyone's ball game. And for us, we're just focused on being good in practice again today, and build up to be at our best come Friday, because it's going to be a heck of a run here.
Yeah, for sure. And, you mentioned how close the ECAC is. It seems like it's every year. It's just, those teams are just out there pummeling each other sometimes, it seems. To me, it's the best conference in hockey. I don't care what anybody says. But you also mentioned that you have a young team, and I was looking at the roster. Yeah, you got like 6 seniors, and that's it. For the past few years, Colgate's been a relatively heavy veteran team, but now you're coaching a younger team. Describe how that is, shifting from a veteran team to a younger team.
Yeah, it's the beauty of collegiate coaching. It's our job, right? We meet these young women when they're 18, 19 years old, and they leave when they're 21, 22. And it's there's such a cyclical nature to collegiate coaching. And those previous veteran teams were once a young team. And with that, you can't expedite experience. The only way to gain it is to live through it and reflect and keep moving forward and take lessons with you. And it's a joy. It's a joy. It's a lot of fun to work with the younger team, and to really really central our focus on development and being patient, and to see those eureka moments and those kernels popping at various different times. I think it's a lot of fun. It's what makes coaching an absolute joy. So certainly frustrating at times. That you can't dance around that, but that's the beauty of it. And each season brings with it its own journey, and this one has been one heck of a run for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, and like you said, there's going to be, hiccups every once in a while. Growing pains, I think, is the best way to be put it, because it's such a young team. But, like I said, they're gelling at the right time. They're coming together at the right time. Your goaltending. You have 2 young goaltenders. Brooke Davis is a first year. Farrah Walker is a sophomore, but they've both really stepped up to the plate for you. Talk about your goaltending a little bit.
Yeah, incredibly proud of the work they've put in. As you said, 2 younger goalies, a little less experienced than we've been there in the past. And it takes time. You can't expedite development. It's difficult to do so. And so the 2 of them, credit to them, goalie sessions, video, whatever it may be, they kept showing up and incrementally improving and gaining confidence, and thrilled for them. And they, this back half of the year, they've given us an opportunity to win in most games, if not all. So what more could you ask of goaltenders? And it's certainly exciting considering they got a good chunk ahead of them here at Colgate.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? As you very well know, solid goaltending is definitely what you need going into the playoffs and even further beyond into the NCAA tournaments. But you know, if you would talk about your leadership group in the room and what they've meant to this young team, getting them over the hump and getting them going forward.
Yeah, it's been just an exceptional group of young women. Working closely with them, we meet weekly. We're always in conversation, and to see their growth throughout the course of the season, and amount of respect that they garner both on and off the ice from our younger players, from their peers. You know, they're just exceptional, truly. There's no accidents, and who they are is because of all the work they've put into it, and they're incredibly devoted to their craft, the people, the relationships. It's a lot of fun to watch them grow in that capacity, and you know, we've got four incredible leaders and a team full of leaders at this point in the season. Frankly, as we head into the playoffs, those labels of first year, second year, third year, fourth year, they're all gone at this point. We're one team, and onward we move. But to have those four leaders to be able to sit back and just observe and you know, for younger players to see how it's done, it's invaluable to the health of a program.
For sure, for sure. And so now that you watched this team grow throughout the season, heading into the playoffs, what are some specific things that you like about your team heading in?
You know, it's a cohesive group. They play for one another. They want to see each other succeed, and I think that's a great starting point for any team that wants to make a deep run. You know, we've had to endure various moments of friction throughout the season, whether it's difficult losses, untimely goals against, or not showing up consistently, and just, you know, rolling up our sleeves and working through that. And so this group's been through some adversity. I think they're battle tested. Our schedule is probably more difficult than any other team's schedule in the ECAC, and that's done purposefully to really get an honest assessment of ourselves early in the year so we could have an understanding of where we need to go. You know, I love this group. It's an incredible group to coach, and one that wants to play for one another. And for us, it's about just showing up, playing our game, not allowing the noise to filter in, and just being focused on ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, looking at this group, you know, not only on the ice, but off the ice, you can see they're so involved with the community. You know, the Rising Raiders program, which is fantastic. I see them on social media all the time. So tell us a little bit about that program, because I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal program. And to start with, you know, Colgate is community. It's what we do better than anyone. Hamilton, New York is such an exceptional community, and we're part of that fabric. And for us, it's important that we give back to the community that gives so much to us. And so the Rising Raiders, credit to former assistant coach Chelsea Walkland. She actually got the program off the ground, and she started a similar program during her time at Robert Morris University, which has just had such incredible impact, truly. And she would run into some of those girls that did that program at Robert Morris, and we were recruiting some of them. So credit to Chelsea. I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there, but wanted to give her a shout out for the incredible work she did. And so we've been able to continue that program, and it is just amazing. You know, our girls, we get 50 young girls in and around the area, a radius of around 2.5, 3 hours.
Wow.
That play minor hockey. And so each one of our players is provided with two mentors, our mentees, sorry. And then every game we have a Rising Raider of the game, and they get announced and they skate up, and we have a manager of the game who helps out off the ice. And part of the program too, which is really cool, is we have two on-ice clinics, one in the fall semester, one in winter in January there, and then we also have an off-ice clinic, which we just did this past Monday. So it's a really neat, it's an incredible community of people, and they all come to our games. They have signs. It's pretty special. It's pretty special, and one that we look forward to continuing moving forward.
Yeah, and you can see the smile on those kids' faces when they skate out on the ice. If you're right there at the arena, it's absolutely incredible. And, you know, some of those young players, much like a lot of your Colgate Raiders, could very well end up going professional with the PWHL, which really is just taking off. So if you could, tell us a little bit about how important it is to have the PWHL doing as well as it is for the growth of women's hockey.
It's an incredibly exciting time in our sport. You know, for young girls to look up and to be able to watch these exceptionally gifted women play hockey professionally on television. I can't tell you how big of an impact that will have. I watched Pavel Bure go on a cup run in 1994, and I lived and died by it. It's what really got me going with the game of hockey, and it's no different for these young females. And now to be able to see a woman on television is just incredibly powerful. I have two young girls that play, and it has an incredible impact on them. And to see our alum living out their dream. We're going to head down to MSG for a Colgate night when Seattle plays New York. We'll have 6 of our former players in that game, and it's nearly sold out at MSG. Like that, it's just so incredibly surreal and exciting. And for these women now to have their runway extended into their late 20s, early 30s. I mean, it's difficult to imagine the possibilities, frankly. And I'm just incredibly excited to be in the capacity that I am, at the collegiate level, putting our staff and I putting in a lot of energy and effort in helping our young women develop and get there as well. So it's just had an immense impact on the ecosystem, and one that we're thrilled about for sure.
Yeah, long overdue too. I mean, I've been watching hockey since the '80s, and to watch this growth, it's incredible, because they always talk about growing the game, right? It's almost like the mantra in hockey. We got to grow the game. We got to grow the game. Well, let me tell you, women's hockey to me is the way forward, because there's just so much more on top of the incredible growth that's already done. There's so much more to be done. Yeah. And you look at the incredible success of the international hockey and the Olympics. What a time to be alive, really.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, it's a game in its infancy. It's a very young game.
Yes, it is.
First World Championship, I believe, was in 90 or 91 in Ottawa. That's not that long ago. And so there's only been a handful of generations of females that have had the opportunity to play organized sports. We're at the ground floor, and it's as you said, it's exciting. So, a big game this afternoon, Canada-US.
Yeah. One. Yes, it is. Be glued to the TV for that one, for sure.
That's right. That's right.
And so, speaking of the PWHL and MSG, Coach Fargo, who you took over for here at Colgate, is, of course, coaching the New York Sirens. So if you would, tell us a little bit about how much you learned under him as an assistant and the transition of taking over the program.
Yeah, so I was incredibly fortunate. Broad stroke of luck, I had the opportunity to volunteer with the women's program here at Colgate in 2015-16. We were actually still in Star Rink at the time, and I was a volunteer coach. So that was my first year working with Greg, and it was just one of those fortuitous things. It was so fortunate. Greg has had such an incredible impact on my career professionally, but personally he's a best friend of mine. We're still in very close touch. An incredible mentor that really showed me the way to how to run a program, and that's something I'm still learning, and it's incredibly humbling, and there's so much I don't know. But the path that Greg was able to carve out for me has been incredibly helpful. And as a close friend, he's still someone that I give a call and when I'm in a tight spot or I'm a little uncertain about something, he gives me such great perspective. So, for Greg, it was always about the people and how he treated everyone, from the driver of the bus to his players, equipment manager, athletic trainer, his staff. It's just one big family, and that's something that's incredibly important to me. And I was just so fortunate. It's just one of those things in life. Somehow we came together and were able to do some pretty neat things and push things pretty good. But couldn't have asked for a better mentor. And for me, making that transition, it's been humbling, as I mentioned. It's exciting at the same time. There's so much I don't know and so much I'm learning, and I've just really enjoyed it. I've loved it, and it helps when you have incredible people to do it with. Our staff is exceptional, coming to work, and it's always with a smile on our face, and we have good banter, good laughs, but we're also competitive and working towards something bigger than ourselves. So it's been a lot of fun. Difficult at times, stressful, and you don't know the answers, and you're kind of like in a jungle, and you're just trying to make your way through. You don't have a trail, but over time, those trails kind of start to show themselves, and things get a little slower. So learning a lot, and fortunate I had someone like Greg Fargo to be able to watch and observe, and now lean on when I'm in tight spots myself.
Yeah, he's such a great guy, and it's so great seeing him have the success that he is in the PWHL. And of course, with Coach Fargo, you were heavily involved with recruiting. So here you go, Coach. Here's a recruiting pitch chance for you. If you were going to talk to a young player about coming to Colgate, why Colgate?
Well, I think Colgate, frankly, it's not for everyone. We're a smaller liberal arts school located in central New York, about 45 minutes, a half hour away from a Starbucks. But yeah.
But you have a Dunkin' Donuts in town.
Right. We do have a Dunkin' Donuts. Their dark roast's a little too dark, but I'll forgive them. I like, yeah. But no, Hamilton, New York, Colgate University is an incredible, special place. It's about the people. It's about community. Colgate's a place where the folks that you work with, whether it's our coaching staff, myself, the professors, the lunch lady up on the hill, they're invested in your success. They know who you are. They care. They want to know more about you. You're not just a number here. It's a very much an individualized experience, one that will cater to you and who you are. And for us, it's, as far as being a program, the facilities, the support that we have, we're incredibly blessed. And it's a place where you're going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged on the ice. Development is our priority. We want our players to reach the capacities of their potential, both on and off the ice. So for us, it's success on the ice and in life, as Colgate is, a premier academic experience and one that sets you up quite well in life. And knowing the experience I can provide on the ice, it's really an all-encompassing experience, the best of both worlds for us. So I love this place. My wife and 3 kids, we call it home. I've been here 11 years. This is where I want to be. I want to see my kids graduate from Hamilton Central. It's a special place, real special place.
And a beautiful campus on top of it.
That's right. It's old school, for our kids to grow up here. It's pretty special. Small town, beautiful, everyone, and all the free ice they can enjoy, and pool and gym and you name it. So it's a lot of fun.
So you mentioned, I got to ask you before you go, you mentioned Pavel Bure, watching him in the 94 Cup Finals. Canucks fan, Rangers fan?
Oh, I am. I'm definitely not a Rangers fan. Okay, I'm definitely not a Rangers fan or a Boston Bruins fan. So that makes me a Canucks fan then. Yeah, growing up, I live and died by the Canucks. Bure, Marcus Naslund, Todd Bertuzzi, Brendan Morrison. The Sedin twins are my all-time favorite players. Love those guys. Things have turned, they've taken a bit of a tragic turn in Vancouver. It's difficult to watch, but, I'm there. Rain or shine, I'm a Canucks guy. I'll never not be, and then the Habs are my second favorite team because my grandfather, and then, being in having gone to school in Geneseo and now living in central New York, I'll always cheer for Buffalo teams. Always. Great fan base. Love Buffalo teams.
It's nice to see the Sabres turn around a little bit too.
It is.
It really is. It's long overdue for that fan base too. And you had to love it when the Utica Comets were the affiliate of Vancouver.
I did. That was a real treat. I used to go to quite a few games. In fact, my brother-in-law signed with the Canucks. He spent 2 years at LPI, and then he signed with the Canucks. And so he was playing in Utica, which was really cool. It was a really cool thing for my wife and her family. And and that's a great hockey city. They got a great fan base there. It's a neat hockey area here.
Yeah, it is. You got the old school Aud, and then you got the brand new Nexus Center right next to it. So we mentioned best of both worlds. Well, there you go, right there. So
the Aud is an iconic building. At its time, it was one of the first cable-strung stadiums in North America. It was ahead of its time, and it's so neat to think. And I think they've done a fairly nice job modernizing it. And I think it's been a boon for hockey in this area for sure.
Yeah, that's where they got the idea at MSG for the ceiling there. It was actually from the Aud. And of course, every time I'm there, I always think of Slapshot because part of it was recorded there, the part where I'm listening to the blank song.
Yes, that's right. Well, and it was also filmed, there were scenes filmed in Star Rink.
Star Rink, yes, exactly.
Well. Yeah, and you had the Clinton Comets and the lore and history around that team and that building in Clinton, New York's beautiful. And Hamilton College has got an iconic old classic barn. So quite a bit of history here. We're fortunate. It's beautiful.
It is. It's absolutely awesome. But you know what? Speaking of awesome, like I said, you guys are getting hot at the right time, getting into the tournament hot, which only good things can happen.
Well, thanks so much, Scott. I so appreciate you reaching out and really enjoyed our conversation this morning.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Coach, and taking the time to talk to us. And best of luck rest of the season. Go Gate.
Take care. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. That was Coach Steph Decosse of the Colgate Raiders women's hockey team. Awesome guy. Absolutely awesome guy. That was a fun conversation to have. And before we go, I just want to kind of switch gears a little bit here and talk about some high school hockey. As you know what, the Section 3, the playoffs are in full swing. The girls already decided. Skinny Atlas won the girls' Section 3 championship. But the boys, they are just about ready to finish up the quarterfinals. And you know what I want to talk a little bit about, because I was actually a guest on a podcast.
Yeah, you've all of a sudden gotten into that high school hockey stuff. This is new for you.
Well, no, I've always kind of followed it, but I've really got into it. I was on the Ice Time podcast Sunday night with Ryan Miller. It's only found on Spotify. If you look up under Miss Stoppage, it'll come right up, the Ice Time podcast. And this guy, let me tell you something. He knows everything about New York State high school hockey. I can't imagine how he fits that much information into his brain.
I can figure out how you do it. You've got a lot of stuff up there too.
Well, there's a lot of useless stuff up there too.
Well, there's that, yeah.
But no, it's a really, really fun podcast. If you're on Spotify, look that up and subscribe. And his website's awesome. nyshhockey.com. Everything you want to know. And so I just want to run over the quarterfinals here really quick, because if you listen to that podcast, and I highly suggest that you do, you might be surprised at how much we got right.
Wow.
We really did. And so just to run it down real quick, in the
I heard you guys your picks were pretty good too, right?
Very good, actually. Surprisingly enough, yes. Especially out of my end.
And you were just wagging it.
Well, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. What can I tell you? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, looking forward, this is going to be a fun finish. You had Whitesboro beating Oswego to kick things off Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night, West Genesee shuts out Watertown. The big ups, well, two of the big upsets here, Casanova, which I don't really, we had talked about it on the podcast, and you can get my opinions on that. Casanova knocks out Syracuse. Baldwinsville takes out CNS, Cicero North Syracuse. Skaneateles beat Cortland Homer. New Hartford advances by beating Auburn. And, of course, Clinton defeats CBA JD. One game left for this week, and that's FM is at RFA tonight. And so that's going to set up a very fun semifinals, which looking ahead to next week.
And tonight is Thursday night.
Tonight is, yes, that's right. We are recording on Thursday. Thank you, Dave, for, I tend to forget that.
Thought I kicked that in case people go, tonight, what?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's why you are Dave the Save.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So, going forward next week, you're going to see Baldwinville is going to be at West Jenny. That's Tuesday night. That's going to be one heck of a game. Big time local rivalry here coming up. Clinton at Whitesboro Tuesday night as well. That's going to be a one heck of a game. And another one that is going to be really awesome. Wednesday night is going to be New Hartford at Skaneateles. And, of course, Casanova awaits the winner of the RFA FM game tonight, Thursday night. So,
yeah. Do you think high school hockey up here is increasing in popularity, or is it still kind of about the same, or how's that going?
I think it's doing better. You have YouTube channels now, so I know like West Genesee has one, FM has one, Baldwinsville puts their games out. I think that's actually the key going forward.
Okay, so that's helping them.
Yeah, you have the huddle broadcast, which a lot of the schools do, but I mean, I think being on YouTube is huge. Because that just gets the game out there, right? And I think that's
huddle's tough to find, and
it is. It's just so much easier to go to YouTube. Like if you're looking for our show, by the way, on the Studio 25 Podcast Network, cheap shameless plug.
I'll remember to put that down.
Yeah, YouTube. It's the way.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
It is. Even though we're also available on Apple and Spotify, just so you know.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, fun, exciting finish, and it's all going to culminate March 2nd. The Final Four, the championship games, I should say, Division I, Division II will be at the Upstate Medical University Arena in Syracuse, at the On Center. to call it now. That's going to be just a fantastic finish, and whoever's in it, it's going to be an awesome game. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to be there. I'll be at my full-time job, but hey. You know,
hey, every once in a while, you sneak away.
I got to pay bills. I got to put food on the table.
This not doing it for you?
Well,
yeah.
No comment.
No comment. Oh, jeez.
But that's all the time we got this week, folks. Thank you for listening and watching wherever you are. Please subscribe, follow, do what you got to do. Help us grow this show because we just love doing it every week for you. I'm Scott Kinville. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.